Hi everyone! BLUX doesn't earn anything from this video. If you'd like to support us, you can buy us a coffee using the link below and also subscribe.
This is a BLUX documentary, a documented case study about Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, and about Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender who still moved through elite circles after his 2008 conviction. This story is not an accusation of criminal wrongdoing by the Crown Princess. It is a story about access, judgment, and fallout. Let's begin. Why this shocked Norway? In late 2019, Norway learned that Crown Princess Mette-Marit had met Jeffrey Epstein multiple times. These meetings happened years after his 2008 conviction. The palace confirmed the meetings. The Crown Princess apologized publicly. She said she would never have associated with him if she had known the seriousness of his crimes. She also said she should have investigated his past more thoroughly. The story instantly created parallels to the scandal around Prince Andrew in the UK, the princess and the predator. Mette-Marit is one of the most recognizable faces of Norway's modern monarchy. A commoner, a single mother before marriage, and later a high-profile royal with major charitable work. Epstein was a wealthy American financier with powerful connections. In 2008, he pleaded guilty in Florida to soliciting prostitution from a minor. Even after that conviction, he continued building relationships with influential people. He often positioned himself as a philanthropist and networker. That is the world where this connection begins. First contact and early meetings. According to palace statements and later reporting, Mette-Marit first met Epstein in 2011. They were introduced through international social circles. The palace later said she did not understand the scope and character of his crimes at the time. Later reporting also described that she had searched his name and saw negative information early on. Despite that, contact continued. Between 2011 and 2012, she met Epstein several times, mostly in the United States. The palace said the meetings were social. The palace also said others were present at these meetings. One meeting took place at Epstein's home in New York. During these years, they also exchanged emails. The tone in reported excerpts was personal and unusually informal for a royal. The messages suggested familiarity and comfort. This would later become a major part of the public backlash. The St. Bart's moment. In late 2012, the Crown Princess and Crown Prince Haakon were vacationing in St. Bart's. They ran into Epstein on the street. Epstein greeted them. Haakon shook his hand. The palace later said it was the first and only time Haakon met Epstein. The encounter was brief, but it showed Epstein felt comfortable approaching the Norwegian royals in public. Palm Beach and New York. In January 2013, later reporting said Mette-Marit stayed at Epstein's Palm Beach estate for several days. The palace later acknowledged that she had borrowed the property. They also said Epstein was not present. She was accompanied by others, including security. This detail became one of the most controversial moments in the timeline, not because it proves wrongdoing, but because of what Epstein's name represents and because of how avoidable this exposure was. In September 2013, Mette-Marit traveled to New York for official work. Epstein's schedules and emails, as later reported, referenced her presence in the city. The palace also confirmed they met socially in New York around that time. Reports also showed Epstein meeting other prominent Norwegians in the same period. This supported the picture of Epstein actively networking in Norwegian elite circles. Oslo meeting and the break. The palace confirmed at least one brief meeting in Oslo while Epstein was in Norway. Details about the exact date were not fully laid out publicly. The palace again emphasized that other people were present. By late 2013, Mette-Marit began distancing herself. The palace said she cut ties partly because she felt Epstein tried to use his relationship with her for his own benefit. In short, she believed he was trading on her name. She later insisted she had no further personal meetings with him after that point. 2019, the public reckoning. For most of the 2000s and 10s, the friendship stayed out of public view. Then Epstein was arrested again in 2019 in the United States. After his death, media scrutiny intensified around everyone connected to him. Norwegian media reported on Mette-Marit's meetings with Epstein. The palace confirmed key facts. On December 2nd, 2019, the Crown Princess apologized publicly. She said she should have investigated his past more thoroughly. She expressed regret for the association. The palace described the meetings as social, mostly in the US, and with others present. At that time, the public believed the story was limited. A small number of meetings, a mistake, a clean break. The apology helped limit the damage. Later disclosures and a bigger story. In later years, more reporting emerged tied to Epstein's schedules and emails. This reporting described a larger and more personal connection than many people assumed in 2019. It included extensive correspondence and additional timeline details that became controversial in Norway. Some reports suggested contact continued longer than first believed. This fueled renewed criticism, not only about judgment, but about whether the public got the full picture early on. Reaction and fallout. The renewed disclosures triggered a major media storm in Norway. Commentators questioned how this could happen inside a modern royal household. They asked what palace staff knew. They asked what vetting existed. They asked why a future queen would maintain any contact with a convicted sex offender. In official messaging, the Crown Princess emphasized regret and poor judgment. She expressed sympathy with Epstein's victims. Government leaders and public voices also described the association as a serious lapse in judgment. The long-term damage is reputational. This is not about a proven crime by the Crown Princess. It is about how a single association can weaken public trust in an institution built on trust. What this case really shows. This case is a lesson in how Epstein operated. He sought legitimacy. He collected access. He used respected people as proof that he belonged. And it is a lesson about risk at the top of society. Because the public is not only judging actions, they are judging judgment. They are judging transparency. They are judging whether powerful institutions protect themselves from obvious dangers. That is why this story still matters. Because Epstein is not just a person. He is a symbol of how elites can fail the simplest rule. Do not let the wrong people in the room. This is BLUX. We hope you don't leave without subscribing.